You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
Hey, I'm not gonna say what race, what people, I can't say that.
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
What's going on, kinfolk? We're here to talk about them Gajaris again today.
Hey, I'm not gonna say what race, what people, I can't say that.
Who just don't know when to shut the fuck up and go away. This just in. Now, they're pushing to make it illegal in this country to be an anti-Semite, right? And I just want to let you know before we get into this. This is We Shall Overcome March, diner sit-in, bus boycotting, ninjas' fault.
Hate you black bastards. You stink.
And we're going to come back to that point later, so we're going to put a pin in that. But, once again, these people are out of control. And they're doing it over here, which is the most bizarre thing ever. Why don't y'all take yourselves to Israel? But we gonna get into that later. Let's go ahead and cut to the tape.
The International Criminal Court in The Hague is contemplating issuing arrest warrants against senior Israeli government and military officials as war criminals. Israel expects the leaders of the free world to stand firmly against the ICC outrageous assault on Israel's inherent right of self-defense.
Man, this is some bullshit! Who's this man?
That's like breaking in my house, shooting me, and claiming that it's self-defense because Yehoshua gave you permission to have my house. Forgive my pronunciation of that. Look into that if you call yourself a Christian. These people need to be stopped, bro. They are cruising for straight up bruising. You understand? Let's get one thing clear up front. If you're one of these people who feel so strongly about Israel, I don't care if you know me or if you don't know me. If you feel that strongly about it, you need to carry your behind over there and fight for what you claim you believe in and get up off of my ancestral soil. And these fucking cronies in here and this fraudulent government in here passing legislation. Legislation ain't policy. Excuse me. Legislation and policy ain't law. So I don't care about none of it.
I don't care about none of it, nigga!
We expect them to use all the means at their disposal to stop this dangerous move.
My administration, with our second gentleman's leadership, has launched our nation's first national strategy to counter anti-Semitism.
Move this man!
That's mobilizing the full force of the federal government to protect Jewish community.
Why are you using the full force of the federal government to protect the Jewish community on non-Jewish soil? Then again, Jews don't have a soil. Yeah, I said it.
To this day! To this day!
It's Palestine. Y'all see the problem here? This is the so-called United States of America. And so-called America. We ain't gonna get into the technicalities of the names today. We're gonna stay on topic. This is my shit. I don't care about y'all plight personally. Because y'all, very same people, are the source of my plight.
Morgan, is this political correctness gone too far?
Yeah. I mean, we have a tendency to do that anyway. I mean, you get politically correct. Stuff happens that you don't want to happen. I all of a sudden became an African. Political correctness, African American. I'm not African.
So, kick rocks.
Pussy ass nigga!
And we must, all of us, together, call out anti-Semitism in all of its forms without equivocation and without delay. This is our moment.
The U.S. House passed a bill 32291, and a group of representatives say they want to protect their Jewish constituents. And the bill would essentially make it easier for the Department of Education to enforce anti-discrimination laws at public institutions.
So this bill would require the Department of Education to use the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism. Many of the Republicans and Democrats said adding this type of regulation infringes on free speech.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
You see, the problem with that is, this is a fraudulent government. All that stuff that they teach you in school don't apply. You know why? Because you're being scammed. The government you're trying to appeal to existed when my ancestors were in charge. Before y'all started re-rocking everything during Reconstruction. After the fake-ass Civil War. So cut the act. We all know what needs to be done. But y'all a bunch of cowards and y'all ain't gonna do it. So then just gonna have to stand up and do it ourselves. As always.
Criminal behavior is criminal behavior. Violating people's civil rights is violating people's civil rights. But when we want to insert the government into what you're thinking and what motivates you, you are empowering that which should never be empowered. The ability of the government to police thought.
If implemented, the White House says they will, over the Department of Education, it puts a foreign multinational NGO of the UN out of Israel and Europe.
Hey, I'm not going to say what race, what people, I can't say that.
In control of the policy and says not only their current definitions, but when they change it, that will be law. So it's saying it's like a blank check veto to control legislation. It's like a new Congress.
Now, if you're a regular over here and you're familiar with me, y'all know that I'm all for getting your children out of the public fool system, the public indoctrination system. Stop being out of order and do what's right. And if you ain't gonna do it for you and for humanity, do it for Sharon. They can't teach your kids cockamamie stuff if your kids ain't in their possession, in their custody, excuse me, for the majority of the day while you go slave for the very same people. You have the power to end this.
Smell like bitch in here.
But many of you won't, because many of you are cowards.
Over speech and overall the educational systems of primary school and secondary, it's staggering. So I've read the bill twice, so they get into the act and why they're doing it, the definition of it and federal law, and then how they apply federal law is according to this new definition of anti-Semitism in Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They go on here to give power to this group, a foreign group, to then define and direct federal agencies in the Department of Education, FBI, against anyone that does what they say is anti-Semitic. And they give a big laundry list of the current definition. And they say they can also change it whenever they want. So it's an open check legislation, just like the CIA got in 47 to do whatever they want.
Man, this is some bullshit.
Said that this is one of the worst pieces of legislation we've ever seen. I wasn't exaggerating. Now, there's another example on the list that's gotten some attention, that it's anti-Semitic to claim that Jews killed Jesus.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true. I just want to, before he gets into all of this Judeo-Christian circular arguing, they don't give a damn about your New Testament Bible. Okay? That's what you Christians need to get through y'all thick skulls. They don't care about that. The fact that y'all believe in that makes them think that they can treat y'all like dirt. As they like to call y'all goy.
The IHRA says. But that is not a claim invented by anti-Semites. That's in the gospel. According to every gospel.
Who wrote the gospel? Now, I know many of your Christians' answers, but I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase for you guys. The people calling you anti-Semites. The people involved in their little party, their little club that you aren't a part of, wrote the very scriptures that you're sitting here trying to use against them. You people ain't seen the trap yet. Wake up.
Of Christ's passion, the Romans carried out the execution of Jesus at the insistence and behest of the Jewish authorities that handed him over to be killed and the mob that called for his death. It may be true that some actual anti-Semites, as in those who hate Jews, have used these biblical passages as a justification for their hatred. But that does not make the passages themselves false or evil or anti-Semitic. And it certainly doesn't give Congress the right to tell Christians that they cannot believe or repeat what is in those passages.
So get this, Joe, as in the United States of America. If you criticize Israel, the state police come to arrest you and your family.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. She ain't lying to you. So get ready for that. All of you so-called Democrats, so-called communists, so-called Marxists. Get ready for that, because y'all asked for every single bit of that. I hope it's y'all today out here dragging out y'all houses first. Let's get y'all, let's make sure y'all get what's coming to y'all for your foolish actions and choices. And there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it because you're anti-gun, remember? The firearm, the only thing keeping that from happening to you, and you clowns want to give it up and defer your defense to the very same people we're talking about right now. Y'all some fools. Fooling and drooling.
And it goes on to explain the national security strategies of the president, the last two, which is anyone conservative or doesn't hate white people is anti-Semitic or a white supremacist who can be put in prison, basically.
Criticizing policies of government is equated with anti-Semitism. And that, I think, is a far right, comes from the far right. It comes from the authoritarian leanings where they don't want students on these campuses to voice their opinions because they want to change the narrative going forward.
Euphoria, shut the fuck up. I know that was you. I ain't even got to look. I should send your ass back to Crenshaw Pete with his hot-ass coat hangers, bitch. Would you like that?
I didn't want to have to say this, but sister, shut the fuck up. You don't have the slightest clue of what you're talking about. Everything you just described is your own leftist ideology. Y'all gotta stop listening to hand puppets, okay? It's not good for your health.
Privacy, Congress 2 weeks ago just passed a law again for total warrantless spying on all of us in live time by AI, and all the federal agencies are in everything with AI, just tracking everything in live time, and your car's got kill switches in it and geo-fencing controls, and they just killed 22 million people with poison shots. But we're going to sit here with the media focused on Israel and Palestine all day to have a big uproar and a big uprising. Then a cop's going to shoot a black man, and then everything's going to burn down when Trump gets elected. I mean, he's just...
Now, on a sidebar, since he said that. Why is it a ninja that always got to get clapped for their plans to move forward? How come it's none of you Mongols that get clapped? Right? I'll tell you why. This is our land. And it's in chaos. Because we let you foolers and droolers get behind the wheel. And if you want to live, I'd pull the car over. I'd get out of the driver's seat. Dust it off. Make way for us. And I'd get your punk ass in the back and shut the fuck up. But if you don't do that, we're going to see where it goes. Okay? Choice is yours.
We just sit here and we watch it happen.
Now, back to you ninjas that were the cause of this. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. We shall overcome ninjas strike again.
Hate you black bastards. You stink.
This literally stems from the cowardice of my ancestors. And I am being punished for the sins of my forefathers. Oh yes, and the rest of you will in time, and that time is coming, will have to as well. So it's me and my generation, my age range of kin folks, to fix the mistakes of our forefathers. Now y'all can help, y'all can cooperate, and y'all can get caught up in the whirlwind. That's up to y'all. And y'all, I'm talking to the foreigners, the foreign agents. But getting back to the point, these people are out of control. And they're going about the most spineless, cowardice way to get what they want. As the original Lone Wolf likes to say, subversion. Y'all voted for all of this because they just steal your money through fake ass taxes. And they fund their holy war, trying to steal land and justify it, just like they did over here. Just like they did everywhere they go. It's a pattern that you can see if you take a step back and actually look at some actual history. But I ain't gonna browbeat y'all too much. I'm tired of talking about these people anyway.
Hey, I'm not gonna say what race, what people, I can't say that.
Let's get up out of here. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. Go on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.